Hey guys, Viz here. In this video we're going to be having a look at farming caps. Caps, also known as Capsarii, are the healer type mob found within the Ascension dungeon. The main reason anyone would want to farm these is for the Ascension keys, which are used to fight the 6 Legio Ascension bosses, which in turn can drop signets. These signets are required to make the Ascension crossbows. Farming keys, or the crossbows themselves, can be quite a lucrative way to make GP. Let's address the key aspects to cap farming, starting with the Equilibrium aura. This aura will make the Equilibrium perk useless on your weapon of choice, but it will significantly improve your minimum hit damage, which is the most important aspect to farming caps. It lasts 2 hours when activated and can be extended to 4 hours with 40 Viswax. I strongly recommend using this aura, and the setups shown in this video are entirely based upon using this aura. Caps have 375 HP in Legacy. You'd think this would be the minimum hit threshold, and for the most part it is. Except overloads get a little bit weird, and occasionally your stats will drop slightly before increasing again. As a result of this, the minimum hit threshold you want to aim for is 377. To account for these periods of subpar overload performance. There is a gear ceiling in farming caps. Improving the gear or perks is not going to help beyond the point where you are one-hitting caps consistently. This means if you don't have a piece of gear shown in my setups, you can opt for something else, as long as you hit that 377 minimum threshold. To test your setup, try the Lumbridge dummies, apply an overload, set your Equilibrium aura up, activate prayer, set the dummy to minimum hit, and start attacking. To account for the Ruthless stacks, just put some of Fred's chickens or a local goblin to sleep in order to get your stacks before hitting the dummy. As long as your minimum hit is 377, then you're good to go. Here are some other key aspects to consider. This is the ideal setup for someone intending to AFK farm to the purest extent without a care in the world. The self-healing is covered by the Blood Amulet of Fury, allowing for a very AFK experience. This setup, however, is more geared towards ironmen or those who don't have all the necessary levels for the full AFK setup, while still wanting to maintain the minimum hit threshold. This amulet increases prayers with a flat 10% gain. With the Amulet of Zealots, the overpowering force prayer becomes a 16% damage increase, which removes a decent portion of the gear requirements. However, the setup will require more attention, as your healing will need to come in the form of enhanced Excalibur and the occasional chili potatoes that drop from the caps. You might notice that I'm using Decimation for these setups. Never fear, there are alternatives. You can use the Zarite bow or the attuned crystal bow and achieve the same result. However, if you use either of these, you will need to rely on the Zealot Amulet setup, and you will require the Ruthless 3 perk on your bow in order to hit the 377 minimum hit threshold. You don't need the Equilibrium Ruthless combo, only the Ruthless 3, as your aura will make the Equilibrium perk useless. As a result, you can get Ruthless 3 at lower invention levels. If you don't have the invention level, then use Decimation, as you can forgo the Ruthless perk entirely to achieve the 377 hit threshold. Now, before we talk about hourly kill rates and conclude the video, there is one frustrating thing I need to mention. The use of overrides will affect your hourly rate of killing caps by about 4.5 to 5.5%. I have tested this numerous times with a few overrides, and the results are conclusive. The base Decimation, Zarite, and Attuned Crystal Bow animations will allow you to kill approximately 1090 caps per hour, while the use of a blowpipe override or a water balloon launcher override will allow for approximately 1145 kills per hour. I can only speculate that this has something to do with the length of the bow animations compared to the newer animations for overrides, which seems to allow your character to turn to its next target sooner. The difference is undeniable, and at best it's an extra cap kill per minute, which is almost 1 extra key per hour given the drop rate. This really bothers me, and I hope they decide to fix the older animations to even the playing field, as I don't think players should be seeking out overrides to have any type of advantage other than to look awesome. Let me know what you think about this in the comments section below. And on that note, that's it for this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.